I think we're live. I think there we are. All right, okay. All right, we're gonna wait until more people arrive. Then I'll get to obviously discussing the update on the stream, and then we'll get straight to the point on the whole topic of the title of the stream. If people arrive. Oh dear, dear, dear. Hey Nick, how you doing, man? How you doing, man? How you doing? I'm just gonna wait for more people to arrive, and I'm gonna talk about the update and all that stuff. Hey, how you doing, man? Crusader, how you doing? You finally made it into a stream. Excellent. Okay, before I say anything, wait for more people to arrive. Then, of course, I'll get to talking about the whole update on what's going on here with the stream. Then we'll get straight to talking about Hogwarts Legacy. So good to see you guys in here, which is great. Hang on, let's just get the comment section up. All messages are visible. There we go. Got it. All right, just want to make sure that is up. Make sure that stays on. There we go. All right, so just gonna wait for a few more minutes. I guess then we'll. In fact, we'll wait for like one more minute. One more minute, then we'll go straight into the discussion of the update of my stream. Speaking of which, I'll get myself a drink. That's some good shit. Not gonna lie, that's some good shit right there. I just got done with watching Save Dex Gaming's Metroid Prime remastered live stream. So if you guys haven't subscribed to him, then by all means do go and subscribe to him. He's a great streamer. He's doing another stream tomorrow, I believe, or possibly Monday. Doing the new Kirby Dreams Deluxe game, I think, if I remember correctly. Let's take a look. You like fans too, eh? Nice, excellent. Excellent. Good to see you, man. Good to see you like that shit. Oh, fucking hell. Alright. Let's take a look. Who knows if they're busy or not? Just obvious if you're not. Yeah, we might as well start now. Alright, so the update I want to bring up to everyone here right now is that if I want to keep your thoughts and opinions coming up in the comment section if they're going to be long as hell. Unfortunately, as much as I hate this idea, and unfortunately this is the only way to resolve this. Which, believe me, this is Google's idea, not mine, because they created this fucking website. The only way for people to give out their thoughts, opinions, or give me any topic ideas for me to talk about is to give a small donation. I mean, I'm not forcing you to do it. Like that's not what I'm saying. But if you want to give out your thoughts and opinions and whatnot, or give out a topic for me to rant on or talk about. Just donate like a small donation, nothing too big, not a large amount of money. I don't want you guys going fucking bankrupt or anything like that. That's what I'm saying. Just a small little donation, and that's all I ask for. That's all I ask for on that shit. So if the dollar sign is available on the chat stream, please let me know, and we'll get talking on what particular topics you want me to talk about. So let's talk about the whole Hogwarts Legacy debacle. So. Of course, over the last week or two, we've seen, of course, Twitter losing their fucking minds over Hogwarts Legacy's release, as well as having certain individuals cancelled, from VTubers to a limited run games employee. It's been despite the game's huge financial success and also success in reviews as well. Holy shit, social media is no doubt in my mind a dangerous fucking place to be in. Twitter mainly, because not only have they bullied one poor Japanese VTuber off streaming any fucking game at all, because obviously people claim that she's quitting for an obvious reason, which to me, I don't believe that for a second. I believe the fact that she got bullied to no end, to the point where she was like, okay, fuck this, I'm done, I'm out of here, goodbye. But then you have another VTuber who cried her fucking eyes out, which that alone made my fucking blood boil. And it really did piss me the fuck off, because seeing that type of shit alone, it goes to show you that the people who are on Twitter 24/7 have not only do they have any purpose in life, and they've practically gave up multiple hints of that, but they've also admitted, keep in mind, these are their words, not mine. They practically admitted that their entire life is revolved around shit like Harry Potter and fucking Twilight. That's how fucked they are. And I mean, that's how super fucked they are. Give me a second, what was the thing? And you would think Elon Musk would have made Twitter great again. Yeah, to be honest with you, when I heard the news that Elon was going to buy out Twitter, I knew nothing was going to fucking change. Even when the quartering is sucking Elon's dick like to no avail, it still didn't make a difference. Like you can suck him off as much as you want. It's not going to change anything. Like he's going to go out of his way to like do stupid bullshit like that. I do apologize. But the one thing that really kind of made me think about this is that they don't see a franchise like Harry Potter as a way of like trying to like use that form of escapism, or trying to live life to live life to enjoy a good said franchise like Harry Potter, but rather they use it as a fucking coping mechanism to deal with the real world bullshit. Which, guess what? The real world, it's shit, and I've known that for almost throughout my entire fucking life. Not everything is gonna be sunshine and fucking rainbows, but it doesn't give them the fucking right to go out and fucking tell people what they can and cannot play. Fuck off. Like, the only fucking thing that they're is that their so-called boycott has done, it's practically just gave the game, more like free advertisements and more fucking sales. So congratulations. Not only did they help J.K. Rowling gain more financial income, despite the fact she wasn't even involved with the fucking game's development to begin with, but you helped the developers themselves as well as Warner Brothers gain profit. So I say congratulations to those fucking morons, because they basically helped the game by accident, due to the fact that their entire mindset always revolves around politics, and that's what it always comes back to every single fucking time. And it really does fucking annoy me, because everyone, like, all these fuckers always believe that they are a fucking politician. They're not. They're not a politician. They're like every other average fucking loser online. And guess what? I'm not afraid to admit this, right? I'm a fucking arsehole, right? Twitter is filled with a bunch of fucking arseholes, all right? But I'm a different type of arsehole. I'm an arsehole who basically speaks out for what it really is. Like not just obviously Twitter, of course, but obviously different topics that I basically go on about. But the worst thing about it is that you cannot reason with these fuckers. There's only 4 ways you can deal with these people. You can either ignore them, block them, reply back with random shit posting memes that don't make any sense, or better yes, threaten them with a fucking lawsuit that J.K. Rowling has been doing as of late. Yes, she has been going out of her way to track down certain individuals who've been who basically been calling her every fucking buzzword under the goddamn sun, and she has literally sent them like lawsuit files telling them, hey, keep calling me a fucking a transphobe, a Nazi, yada yada yada, and guess what? Your ass will be taking the fucking course. And the thing is, though, they know for a fact that their own buzzwords are full of shit, and they know that because They can't even call J.K. Rowling a fucking arsehole. Just fucking say that. Just say she's a fucking piece of shit. Just say she's an arsehole. Don't use fucking buzzwords. Just throw, like, can't we just use just normal insults? Can we not just call people a wanker, a cunt, a fucking tit tingler? Like, can we not fucking call people that? Like, are those insults now fucking racist? Because if so, I'm calling it fucking bullshit. I really fucking am. But I like if anyone out there wants to play Hogwarts Legacy and stream it, do it. That's fine. You do what you want to do. Play the game. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not one of those people that's gonna go out and fucking attack you. Because again, I don't give a shit about Harry Potter. I don't give a shit about J.K. Rowling, despite the fact that I see her as a two-faced fucking snake. But the people who are getting attacked, besides VTubers and former limited run game employees who probably got her job fucking thrown out the window. Which speaking of the girl that used to work at limited run games was practically been thrown out. Not because of the CEO finding out her personal likes and dislikes on Twitter, but rather a fucking kiddie fiddler who so happens to be the co-founder of BronyCon basically pressured limited run games into doing it, and of course the CEO of Limited, the two co-founders of Limited Run, I should say, sorry, are in my perspective, are nothing more than just a bunch of fucking cowards. They really fucking are, and they've kind of proven that time and time again. Hell, they even like block people for making memes out of them. That's how fucking pathetic they are. But the whole purple tinker guy, aka the kitty fiddler and co-founder of BronyCon. I have read documents after documents after document of this guy, and holy shit, he is a psycho. He is a fucking psycho to no end. Because again, as I mentioned, the guy is a kiddie fiddler, right? Because he's basically sent CP to a bunch of fucking people I didn't like just to frame them, and of course. That alone basically tells you that he's got tons of those files on his own devices, so that doesn't shock me in the slightest. But the fact of the matter is, right? You have a gaming company. Hey Rocky, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. If you want to send donations, give out your thoughts and opinions, feel free to do that. But again, this has to be one of the biggest fuck-ups I have ever seen from a gaming company like Limited Run Games. Sure, the company's not great in of itself, because I mean, I've heard a lot of bad shit about it, but the fact that you're gonna fire your own employee without even investigating their own shit really goes to show you how much I do apologize. How fucked people's brains are, because again, fear shouldn't strike into the eyes of many of something so petty as this. And I mean, and again, it's over a fucking video game because the fucking original creator had a different opinion on transgender related topics. Like that's it. What's the big fucking deal? Here's a question I want to ask all of you, right? Here's a question I want to ask every single one of you, right? So how come actual transgenders who suffer from gender dysphoria, transition after the whole process is done with HRT and all that shit, and move on with their fucking lives and just go about their daily routines and shit, right? Which, okay, no problem. But then you've got the fake motherfuckers like Christian, Leah Thomas, and Purple Tinker who grow their hair out and wear a fucking dress without putting any effort to make themselves look as feminine as possible, to basically go out of the way to like call people names and try and gain access to women related areas, for example. You want to explain that? In fact, I'll fucking tell you why. Because they use the transgender community as well as the LBGT community as barricades and literal fucking shields to protect themselves from whatever fucking skeletons they have in that closet of theirs. That practically gives out multiple hints, considering the fact that their entire fucking closet doors, well, the hinges on them are practically starting to break off, and we can see what's actually going on within those said closets. And it's rather fucking sad to see too, though, because like again, like I remember back in the day, right? I remember back during like the early 2000s, like some guy would come out the closet and say, oh I'm gay and whatnot, and of course some people would have obviously like known that for quite a while, or would have said, oh, congratulations, dude, like that's cool, it's great, and they'll ask that say gay guy, hey, do you want to go out for a beer and just hang out and chill like actual bros? Then okay, fair enough. Like that type of shit I remember. But nowadays it's all about being a prideful, arrogant piece of shit whose entire mindset is focused on using these communities as barricades and sexual fetishes. And it's been proven time and time again that those types of people within those communities don't want to be part of that said community. They want to use it as I mentioned before, barricades and a sexual fetish. Christian, Leah Thomas, and Purple Tinker are three perfect examples of this. But when you look at someone like let's say like Blair White, for example, again, you can mistake her as a woman. And yes, I'm using the word her because she has put so much fucking effort into making herself look as feminine as possible without having the need to chop her own dick off. Like, at least with her, I have tons of respect for that, because again, she has proven that she suffers from gender dysphoria. The three individuals that I mentioned earlier do not. They are fucking liars. And why do I say that? Why do I say that they're fucking liars? Because us humans, we have the decency to fucking lie. We bullshit on the fucking regular, and these people do it more times than anyone else that I can fucking count. It's disgusting that we've gotten to this point where you can't even play a fucking video game without motherfuckers like that calling you a fucking transphobe. Hell, I've seen gays, lesbians, bisexuals, and transgenders being called homophobes and transphobes for playing fucking Hogwarts Legacy. Like that makes no fucking sense. Because they're part of the fucking LBGT community, you fucking assholes. Like fucking hell. Like, do you not understand that? Like, it's literally just going guns blazing without actually, investigating like who is the actual fucking transphobes. But the thing is, though, the people who are playing Hogwarts Legacy aren't, like, no one's a fucking transphobe for playing that shit. They're just playing it because the game is fun. It's a fun RPG, like Harry Potter based game. That's literally what the fuck it's about. And right, let's see. The only difference is that happened on Tumblr, which is equally horrible as Twitter. Which, yeah, that's no surprise. I mean, considering the fact that obviously Twitter's not Twitter, sorry, that Tumblr's basically gone to shit now, so that's no surprise. That what people need to understand is just because you dress up to look like a girl, it doesn't mean you can automatically make. Oh wait, fucking okay. Doesn't automatically make you trans. For example, you stated that Chris only did it to attract girls, which yeah, of course that's been proven time and time again. Because I mean, even the trans community basically kicked him out because they knew he was full of. They knew for a fact that he was full of shit. Damn these fake activists. Yeah, and the thing is, right, when they call themselves allies of these communities, do you know I call them fucking fake pieces of shit, fucking liars. That's literally what they are. But when they call themselves activists, I call them vile. I call them evil, vile pieces of shit. Primarily because they're not out there to make a difference. It's out to fucking silence people. Hell, if they actually gave a shit so much about actually making a fucking difference, my advice to them is this, right? Why don't you go to China, for example, call out the CCP? Oh wait, they fucking won't. Do you want to know why? Because they'll be fucking shot dead in the streets right then and there within that particular region, because they know for a fact that Xi Jinping will not fucking take that shit. They know that for a fact, and they will be fucked at the end of the day. But do you want to know what also made them become the fucking bullies? It wasn't high school or anything like that. These keep in mind, right, these are a different type of fucking bullies. These bullies weren't even bullied to begin with. It's their comfort. It's the addiction to social media that has turned them into the bullies that they are today. The psychotypes that will do anything to ruin your fucking life. And again, as I mentioned before, with the four options: ignore them, block them, reply to them with random shit posting memes, or threaten to take them to court. Like, those are your four options now. You can't reason with them. You can't just tell them, hey, dude, can you just, like, chill the fuck out? They won't fucking chill the fuck out unless you're fucking gone. That's how it fucking works for them. Speaking of the LGBTQ, look at Kevin Spacey. Yeah, because every time his victim basically calls him out, they always like wound up dead a day or a week later, which is kind of odd considering the fact that Kevin's just got a straight fucking face, even though he's still going through the same fucking court trial over and over and over again, especially to this day. My overall thoughts on the situation just paint a dark picture on woke activists creeping into the video game industry. Really does concern me how many mainstream companies will be. Well, I mean, of course, yeah. Yeah, because the sad truth is that well, look at Naughty Dog, for example. Neil Druckmann only killed off Joel and made Abby a transgender just to please Anita Sarkeesian in order for her to fucking sleep with him. That was the only reason why. And 70% of his fucking development studio before they left fucking told him, hey, dude, don't do this, man. Don't do it for a fucking chick who's probably gonna fuck you over at the end of the day. Like. And of course he didn't listen because he let his fucking dick do all the talking. And of course, look what happened then. Message redacted. I guess you must have done a misspelling there. Let's take a look. But yeah, if you guys wanna make a small donation to, like, give me any like other topics to talk about on the stream, feel free. It's entirely up to you. Not going to force you to do that, but still got some time left. Well, I've got tons of time in the world, actually, to be fair. But here's the thing, right? Since independent creators such as myself are basically rising up, like take Eric July, for example, aka Eric Ripper. That guy's comic is fucking going over the fucking, it's going through the fucking roof with its sales, because again, he's a guy who gives a shit. He's a guy who actually wants to make comics fun again, because he's basically telling Marvel and DC, hey, guess what? Fuck you guys if you're not going to give the fans what they want. I'm going to give them what they want by being original, creative, and making comic books fun again. And again, I don't fucking blame him, because again, I'm not a fan of his work, but I respect him for actually making a good fucking market, and he's actually doing a successful job on that shit. If enjoying Harry Potter somehow automatically transphobic, then like Roald Dahl as anti-Semitic. See, that's the thing too, though, with the whole Roald Dahl scenario as well. I'm glad you brought that up, actually. Is that the whole scenario with him, with obviously his books being, censored, which to me is absolutely fucking pointless, because the Roald Dahl estate is supposed to prevent that shit from happening, but for some reason they just became too fucking greedy, and for okay, we're gonna sell our grandfather out, and make all of his books suitable for a modern audience, which causes a load of fucking shit, because here's the thing, right? How can you even censor a children's book? It makes no fucking sense. And what's interesting, though, is that Roald Dahl's books are supposed to educate children through, like, depravity. So Twits, for example, is a prime example of this, where your beauty, your perfection, can turn out ugly over time. It can turn you into an ugly person from the inside and the outside. And again, that's actually a good way to tell children, don't think about it too much, just live the life, to the fullest. Like, don't worry about perfection or beauty. And censoring the words like fat, for example, is absolutely fucking stupid. It really, really fucking is. Oh, hello, say Dex. I was talking about you earlier, actually. About I was telling the chat to subscribe to your channel. Which, by the way, definitely go and subscribe to him. He's recently done a live stream on Metroid Prime Remastered. So, he's probably I believe he's doing another stream tomorrow, I think, or possibly Monday. So yeah, feel free to talk to him, and if and as I mentioned with the other chat members, if you want to send a donation to talk about whatever topic, whether it's like a positive, negative topic, just make it like a small donation. If the dollar sign is there in the chat box for you, then feel free to do so. I'm not going to force you to, but feel free. That WB is gonna be making Lord of the Rings and giving the fans what they. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, because they're bringing back James Cameron, and the way I see it, they're basically doing that shit on purpose. They're basically bringing back James Cameron, not James, sorry, Peter Jackson. Sorry, fucking hell, how the hell did I get mixed up with Peter Jackson? Right, Peter Jackson. They brought him back just to basically not only troll the fuck out of Amazon, but to basically show them that we're gonna do a better job than you, despite the fact that our company's in debt. We're fucked. Like, that type of shit. But the Lord of the Rings reboots, I mean, not again, another franchise I'm not particularly fond of. I'm not really a big fan of Tolkien's work, but at least if Peter Jackson is involved in it, at least it'll be 1,000 times better than the shit Amazon put out. If not just as good as the original trilogy, as some would imagine. I wouldn't be shocked if they would. Like the problem is, though, is that our human intelligence, did you think that they was, oh god, this fucking chat, honestly. Did you think when more stuff gets censored, the more sensitive people become, and the different things start to become offensive? Yeah, to be fair though, the problem is, though, is that when you look at like let's say dark comedy, for example, right? Dark comedy is supposed to make people feel uncomfortable, but at the same time it's supposed to make them laugh. That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of dark comedy, very offensive comedy. I mean, Frankie Boyle is a prime example of that. I mean, he's one of the most offensive Scottish comedians to date. But of course, there's obviously way more offensive comedians out there as well. But if people are going to censor shit like stupid, for example, like you can't call them dumb, you can't call them morons or illiterates. Like what the fuck do you call them then? Like again, it's pure like madness. It's just completely fucking delusional. Again, we use words that have the same fucking meaning. Dumb, stupid, moron. They relate to the same meaning because it means obviously you're well, a fucking moron. That's basically what it means. Oh shit. Got a little Fanta. Oh yes, I do a little Fanta. It's fucking great. It really fucking is. Holy shit. Drinking a shit a lot for the last 2 days. It's just been kind of a day for me. Carpet matches the curtains, I guess. But in all honesty, though, like the whole scenario that I've been seeing with shit like Hogwarts Legacy is that again the game is done successfully well, and it's made back. Well, it actually went over the money it's made back, which therefore it's making a fucking sequel. At uni, I used to carry around a 2-liter bottle of Fanta and drink God, you know, same decks. Like, you and I have something in common there. I used to do the same shit. I used to do the same shit right there. That is like a legit thing I would do there to no end. I would definitely would go out of my way to practically just like, you know, buy a big bottle of fans and just like chug that shit down. So I'm like in the fucking bathroom for like roughly an hour because I'm just pissing non-fucking stop. But as well as burping like now. But if you want, but if you want really good fucking storytelling, right? And I would highly recommend this particular series. Do apologize. There's an audio drama series that's been out since got a bit hiccups today. I do apologize. There's an audio drama series which I would highly recommend. That you should definitely listen to and obviously, you know, buy, of course, is a series called Saga of the First King. And the best way to compare this series, it's basically it's a good comparison to that of Zorro, Game of Thrones, and Assassin's Creed, and holy shit, does it tell one hell of a fucking story. It is absolutely insane. I'm not going to give out any spoilers because obviously there's so much shit going on, but it's such a good fucking series. I would highly recommend it. Saga of the First King. Look it up. It is so good. It is such a good series. Alright, let's take a look. Imagine them reacting to the words racist, sexist, homophobic, and every phobe because they're the negative terms. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Like it will come full circle eventually where they'll start like acute like every activist, every psycho on Twitter will literally start calling each other sexist and homophobic for basically using those words against their so-called enemies, right? Like that's something that they'll definitely fucking do. As for fucking hate this chat, honestly. This is the reason why I put the donation system up, because I really do need to keep that actually read that shit properly. As for Disney, they're done because of Marvel failing. Star Wars is beyond repair, and it's much of a collapse cause because of his obsessed woke. Yes, and to be honest with you, me and the wife finished watching the fucking Peter Pan trailer the other day, and holy shit, Disney cannot fucking stop themselves. Holy shit, it is filled with fucking pandering bullshit. And it's kind of gotten to the point now where I'm just thinking, like Disney has got to be trolling at this point now, because there is no fucking way they believe that anyone is going to watch this shit. Like, they're reaching for an audience that doesn't even fucking exist. That's the problem. And that's literally what the fucking problem is. Seeing the Lost Boys where half of them are fucking girls again makes no fucking sense, because if I remember correctly, right, when the Disney version of Peter Pan, right, the whole thing about the premise of that story is that you know, kids grow up eventually, they become adults you know, over time. And the thing is though, and they will, because and one of the main characters, I think it's Wendy, I think that's her name. She basically acknowledges this to her two brothers, and basically says, like, we need to go back home. We need to go back to London, because obviously we're not gonna, you know, stay on in Neverland forever to be children forever, because that would be repetitive. That would be boring. That would be, you know, completely stressful. We need like you know, face our demons over time as adults. And the thing is though, with the live action reboot, I guarantee that it's not going to bring that message up at all. It's going to just be focused on, you know, modern day political bullshit. It's going to fucking do that every single time. But even with the whole scenario with Disney Speedstorm, like, even though I'm gonna obviously download the game and you know, play and see what it's like, I know for a fucking fact I'm gonna run into not one, not two, not three, but several fucking glitches. I guarantee it 100%, because Gameloft is known for making very glitchy games at launch, and of course Asphalt 9 when it first released was a prime example of that shit. And it wouldn't surprise me at all when Disney Speedstorm falls into that same problem. Let's see. The Pinocchio remake completely missed the whole point of the story, so it shouldn't be surprised if Peter Pan will too. Yeah. Even the Pinocchio movie, you don't even need to watch the fucking film to even acknowledge the fact how fucking soulless and empty it looks. Like, it's such a dead like film on the inside, especially Pinocchio himself. He looks very, very fucking dead. The only Pinocchio film that did well last year was the fucking claymation Pinocchio film, because the guy who was directing and writing that shit actually put a lot of dark elements within a children's film, and it worked wonders. It did so fucking well, and that's why people are approaching studios like Leica and DreamWorks and Illumination and Universal, because they're basically telling Disney, hey, I guess what, your pandering is fucking annoying, therefore we're gonna give the fans what the fuck they want. Hell, DreamWorks' recent film Puss in Boots: The Last Wish did a phenomenal fucking job, and my nephew gets excited for anything Illumination or DreamWorks related. Not once have I ever saw him get excited for anything Disney related in modern times. I have not seen that from him at all. So, guess what, Disney? Is it his fault? I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. Pretty much what Eric Ripper said, that is pushing for an audience doesn't exist, has come back to cost them so many mainstream companies big time, while the companies, whoops, why indie companies will be reigning supreme. Well, that's the thing, because with indie companies, you're basically your own fucking boss. Like, you can make whatever you want without having a fucking marketing team or CEO telling you, no, don't fucking, like, no, we don't want that shit, we want this, that, and the other. And that's why I've been supporting more and more indie projects over the last fucking 10 years. Yeah, sure, not every single one of them are my cup of tea, but at the same time, though, at least these indie creators actually give a shit about what they're actually making. Hell, there's a bunch of fucking indie fighting games that I've been supporting over the last 10 fucking years. Murphite, Terradrome Reign of the Legends, and fucking Rising Spirits. Like, those games you should definitely look up. They're obviously still in development, of course, but they're still possibly way better games than shit like The Last of Us 2 and fucking Forspoken. Like, at least those guys actually give a shit. Hell, it's 1,000 times better than the fucking Saints Row reboots. And that's saying something. Oh god, we can't stop drinking this shit, honestly. It's so fucking addictive. Oh dear. But yeah, as a reminder to people, if you guys want to bring up a topic, please make a small donation. Feel free to do that. So again, it's entirely up to you. I'm not forcing you to do it, but if you want to do it, that's totally fine. It's entirely your decision. But the whole problem with indie companies, though, is that acquiring a publisher if you're not your own publisher yourself, which of course can be an absolute pain in the ass, because there was one indie game that I was actually looking forward to playing. So it was basically a Wipeout F-Zero-esque type of game, but unfortunately, after 7 years of developments, they just the two developers just couldn't even find a publisher who was interested into, obviously, helping the game's release date and shit. So unfortunately, they have no choice but to fucking shit can it, which is a bit of a disappointment. But hey, it is what it is. But hell, there's even one indie game I remember playing a few years back as well. I think it was called Deponia. I think it was like split into like 4 or 5 parts. It was 2D animated point and click game, which I've got to admit was absolutely fun as hell. Definitely told a kind of a very dark but yet very hilarious storyline. But yeah, it was definitely something I would highly recommend checking out as well. Well, if anyone that wants to know, I am planning making a. Oh yeah, he is. Right. Okay, so Nick is basically making a I guess you could say like his version of like the Transformers lore, but going into like more detail and shit. But yeah, you can that like best not give out any spoilers, Nick. Just in case if people like start connecting the dots there, because you know the internet's like, honestly. Oh dear, but but it is quite unique though. Like they do have like obviously former mainstream developers who are actually going out of the way to like start their own like little small indie companies, to basically work on their own shit. And to be honest with you, that's what it should be these days. Actually, I was like, I'm taking small sips. I'm trying not to chug that shit down, mate. I do apologize if I'm drinking that shit so much. It's just far too addictive for me tonight. I don't know why it just is. But yeah. I mean, look at Sega, for example. Like yeah, a mainstream company, but they are approaching indie developers to help them bring back some of their old IPs. For example, Streets of Rage 4, which by the way, a fantastic sequel to the trilogy, as well as possibly one of the best fucking beat 'em ups I played within the last 20 fucking years. That like them approaching .emu and Lizard Cube like basically shows you just how well fucking done indie creators can make like long forgotten IPs like Streets of Rage 4. Like they can go out of their way to basically make something fun as hell, as well as using that as their own opportunity to like bring back that audience that absolutely enjoyed it within the past. Let's see. I think there was rumors of them bringing. Yes, I heard about that. They're heard there's rumors going about Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio. And I believe also Golden Axe as well. From what I've been hearing. So one part of this rumor that I remember hearing about with these three particular Sega IPs is that Golden Axe is going to get not one, not two, but three different types of Golden Axe games. So my guess, like, I could be wrong on this. With a number of Golden Axe IPs as well as the actual genres of this said IP, is that we could obviously get the classic beat 'em up, the remake of the fighting game, if not a HD re-release with online multiplayer of the original game from the Sega Saturn, and surprisingly, this old rumor that I've been hearing about is that the third Golden Axe game could be a MMO RPG, which could be interesting. Don't get me wrong, it would, but it depends on who's actually developing the MMO version of Golden Axe. But Crazy Taxi, like Crazy Taxi, I remember playing that shit tons back on the fucking Dreamcast. That shit was fun as hell. Disney is basically its worst enemy now. Well, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it became its worst enemy. I would say it became. It basically became what it most feared and hated throughout its entire life, even a few years or a few decades after Walt Disney died, and they basically became a B budget studio where the CGI looks fucking garbage. Careers are being fucking destroyed left, right, and center, whether you're the main actor or a background actor. And tons of layoffs are happening, and again, this is what B budget studios do when it comes to being part of the mainstream industry. They practically go to shit. They literally go bankrupt within the next like several years. And since obviously today's economy has kind of like gone to shit as well. it's no secret that either Warner Brothers or Disney is gonna either out bankrupt them each other. That's literally how it's gonna go down. Oh dear. But but yeah, back to the whole Sega topic. I could name a bunch of Sega IPs that they should definitely bring back. One of which for a fact needs a sequel, and I think a lot of fans agree with me on this one. Is that Virtua Fighter 6 needs to fucking happen. It still pisses me off that they announced Ultimate Showdown and it was only a PS4 exclusive just 1 year after the PS5 was going to come out, which was obviously horrible fucking timing and a horrible release date. But the thing is though, people had to buy the fucking game because they didn't want the series to go under, and the thing is, I don't blame them for that. But what I do blame is Sega's decision on releasing it within that state. Because again, nobody wanted a second definitive edition of VF5. We wanted VF6. That's all we fucking want. It's not that difficult to make. But since Yuzuki is back working at AM2, he's basically confirmed that him and his team are currently working on making Virtua Fighter 6, which obviously has been hinted at multiple times. So hopefully we'll see. Hopefully we'll see where that will go. So that's all we can pray for right now. Oh yeah, Billy Hatcher. Oh yes. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Billy Hatcher was kind of I kind of had like a love-hate relationship with that game, but at the same time though, like that game definitely needs a remake, but the gameplay needs to be polished a lot more, and I mean a lot more polished because some of the mechanics in that game felt a bit too clunky for me, I guess, when I played it on the GameCube. But in all honesty though, like I would love to see Sega do a full-blown remake of Billy Hatcher or a sequel. I mean we're already getting a new Samba de Amigo game, which obviously is fucking great, but like come on Sega, like Billy Hatcher, Crazy Taxi, we all need that shit. We absolutely fucking need that shit. But yeah, Sonic Adventure 1, 2 definitely need those fucking remakes. People have been screaming about that shit for the last 2.5 years now. And I know the fact that Save Dex's favorite character within Sonic Adventure 1 was Big the Cat, because you loved that fishing that really stressed you out so much. You love it. You can't lie about that, Save Dex. You love that shit. You absolutely love it. But yeah. Speaking of Sonic, I also got myself Sonic Frontiers last year, right? And holy shit, it might actually be one of the best fucking 3D Sonic games I played in years. What, Lewis? What was that? A modern 3D Sonic game that's actually good? I know. I can hardly believe myself. It's actually fucking good. Sega finally gave a shit for a change. They actually made Sonic redeemable again. They actually made a full-on redemption game and storyline for Sonic, and it's fucking great. And hell, since the game has done so well, not only are we getting free downloadable content through each update. But what I've also found out is that get ready for this. Actually, I think people are gonna love this. Actually, is that we might actually be getting a Sonic Frontiers 2 in the future. So if that's the case, then the Frontiers series is basically a full-blown successor to the Sonic Adventure series, which hopefully that is the case. Someone's biting. Oh no, it's Froggy. He's biting a nuclear bomb. Sorry, I had to make that fucking joke. I think one thing that really helped Sonic Frontiers storyline was, I'm glad they got Ian Flynn on board with the story writing of Frontiers, because whether they have their own fucking like script writers at Sega, which I'm gonna be honest, right, like Sega's own script writers for their games when it comes to like storytelling for like franchise franchises like Sonic are like they get burnt out so fucking quickly. I mean, really, really fucking quickly. But then, but then Ian Flint, on the other hand, actually gives a shit about the franchise. Unlike a certain individual who used to work for Archie Comics, Ken Penders. Oh god, yeah, that fucking weirdo, yeah, him, that fucking freak. But in all honesty though, like this, like, Frontiers may have just had possibly one of the best fucking storylines I've ever fucking, experienced in my life. Hell, they even made they even made me sympathize with Doctor Robotnik, or Eggman, as what people will fucking call him these days. They made people like me sympathize with that fucking character, because he created an AI that he saw as a fucking as fucking family, as a daughter, and she sacrificed herself to basically keep her dad safe. That's all she cared about. And it's like that shocked me. Like they took the main villain of the franchise, the Mad Doctor himself, and made him such a likable character in this, which is insane to me. It's absolutely fucking nuts. I'm Max. That's what I do. I'm glad you're back anyway. It's good to see you back. William, waiting for the replay Frontiers for a while, but I'm waiting for. Yeah, I'm waiting for the character DLC shit to drop. But the good thing is though, I pre-ordered the game months back, and I got myself the fucking the Sonic Adventure 2 shoes, which is absolutely fucking nice. A nice little throwback to that. Just that alone just put a big smile on my face. It really fucking did. Sorry about the light up there. I can't. Nothing much I can do about that. But yeah, like Frontiers may have been possibly one of the best mainline Sonic games I've played in years. Sonic Forces was a complete fucking letdown. It really was. Team Sonic Racing was it was alright. It was okay. It wasn't great, but it was all right. But Frontiers, chef's kiss. It's fucking great. So I'm hoping for the sequel or for a completely different new Sonic game entirely, brings back Ian Flynn to do more storytelling, because that guy fucking nails it on the head. He knows what he's doing. One thing that I do know about what Sega's practically confirmed is as the whole open world mechanic within Frontiers is going to be obviously the main staple now for future Sonic games, which of course makes sense. And to be fair, I'm probably alright with that. Like make them open world. I'm totally cool with that shit. I wanted to try out Sonic Frontiers after hearing nothing but great things about it. Open Zone, the great so-called marketing for the game. So yeah, nice job, Sega. That's all I can fucking say about that shit. In fact, speaking of games that are actually that are doing pretty damn well, is Hi-Fi Rush, which again a game I'm not particularly too interested in, but what's actually ironic though is that game actually beat Forspoken in terms of sales and reviews, and I just laughed, because Forspoken was a fucking joke. It really was. It was basically just pandering fucking bullshit. But the one thing that really kind of annoyed me though, because again I'm one of those people that love dimensional travel storytelling, right? And Forspoken had that element in there. But the problem is that it's like the dialogue, the constant pandering fucking killed, any opportunity of what made the game fantastic. Hell, even the mechanics were fucking bland and fucking boring. And it's no wonder why the studio went under 1 month after the game's release. Like that's rather fucking sad. And that's saying a bunch of shit why Hi-Fi Rush has a lot of love and care put into it. I mean, almost was going to buy some Frontiers on the Xbox One off, but I don't have enough balance to afford it. I was considering wanting to use my credit card. Well, if you want to use your credit card, man, feel free. Like, if you want to go and buy the game, go ahead. It's your money. I mean, if you want to use your credit card with that shit, feel free. I mean, people like me do that shit, so not very much of an issue there. Oh, almost gone in that can. Let's see what time is. All right. I've got several more minutes left. So, anyone want to make any donations on what topics they want to bring up, or anything like that, or do you want to continue with the topics that we're talking about right now? I'd say at this point, wait a bit longer to get Frontiers, so you have the DLC added when you play. The thing is, the DLC is gonna be free. Like Sega confirmed that it's all coming as a free update, so you might as well just get the game now, and and just wait for each update to arrive. Like that's what I do. That's what I do when it comes to games like that. That's the reason why I bought House Flipper, because House Flipper updates every 5 months, so you get like new stuff to do in there. As well as having cyberpunk cyberpunk-esque apartments and houses and shit, which what makes a lot of fun to renovate. I mean, I would like to add some more cash in my bank account because I'm fairly fucking shat. Honestly, it's pissed me off. Fairly low, but not enough, but not too low, but still, once I have enough money, I'll certainly would. Okay, fair enough, man. All right, you take your time, man. And you got all the time in the world to do that shit. Like you got all the time in the fucking world. But yeah, as I mentioned when it comes to like indie stuff, like look up the free following fighting games. Look up Murphice, Terradrome, Reign of the Legends, and look up Rising Spirit. Those free fighting games, I would highly recommend. You should definitely supporting even before the game's release, whenever it comes out. But also if you just want a good audio drama to just sit back and listen to, look up Saga of the First King. It's so fucking good. It's such a good series. Like look that shit up. It's like mwah, a beautiful audio drama series to listen to. It's so fucking amazing. Holy shit. But besides all that though, the one thing I've always wanted to bring up is the interesting topic of throwing in what's the best way to say this? Let's see. So speaking of Sonic, I've been developing a new character. All right, fair enough. Well, I'm glad you're doing that, man. I'm glad you're doing the whole your own little character designs of Sonic. I guess at least you like doing something a bit creative there. I guess I suppose. But one of the things I would love to mention when it comes to Sega is that in my perspective they became more and more of a sensible company when it comes to their business practices as well as their IPs and shit. And we've been seeing like more and more of their IPs just basically coming back in bigger ways than you would imagine. I mean they brought back Daytona USA despite the fact that Sega Amusements is permanently fucking shut down. They brought back Streets of Rage. They brought back fucking Wonder Boy. They brought all the good shit back. Do you remember Short Fuse Cyberneck from? Oh yeah, I do. I remember. Yeah, Short Fuse. I remember him. Yes. Do you know something? I even remember this. There was a former Fleetway comic artist, if I remember correctly, who who did like a Sonic R 30th anniversary drawing or digital art, I guess you could say, and he posted it on social media. And what's awesome though is that that is like the exact same art style that I remember from the Fleetway comics with Sonic. So that was practically him who did the 30th anniversary of Sonic R, which was fucking great. Even though Sonic R was not really a great game, but the music in that game alone was just absolutely fucking fantastic. It was absolutely amazing. Um, but holy shit, man! Like with Sega, like things are looking up. Like if those rumors are true about Jet Set Radio, Golden Axe, and Crazy Taxi, then holy shit, count me in. I'm like sign me the fuck up. I am looking forward to actually get my hands on those games. Can you feel the sunshine? Does it brighten up your day? Here's a fucking dildo that's gonna go straight up your fucking ass. Sorry, I had to fucking do that shit. I always take like original songs and twist them in the most bastardized way possible just to piss people off. I fucking love doing that. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh god. I even remember people like doing like these like cringeworthy creepypastas of just saying if you listen to Can You Feel the Sunshine in reverse, you're gonna die in your sleep. Yeah, fuck off. I've listened to that shit like more than like 7 times, and I'm still alive, bitch. So what the fuck are you gonna do about it? Oh shit. Oh god. But actually, speaking of Can You Feel the Sunshine, I actually watched the Sonic Symphony Orchestra concert that happened live last year, and holy shit, was that good? That was a good fucking concert to watch on YouTube. It was so fucking like it started off majestic, then of course it went straight to obviously Crush 40, which of course obviously the iconic band for the modern Sonic games, of course, but. But still, it was still a great fucking thing to watch nonetheless. It was just like brings back a lot of nostalgia for a lot of us, especially like going as far back as the Mega Drive days. Um, but like the Sonic music in Frontiers is absolutely fantastic. Like the cyberspace levels. Like you can play like 99.9% of those songs at the fucking clubs. And no one would even notice it's from a fucking Sonic game. Hell, the boss music. Oh my god, the fucking boss music in Frontiers. They went full Metal Gear Rising with that shit, and it's fucking awesome. I love that shit to death. It's so good, so fucking good. Since the Sonic franchise is mostly geared towards kids and families alike, I would have a ton of my characters be brutal, but I would be careful of that, dude, because people might obviously call that a DeviantArt fanfic, and believe me, that's not what people want to see. I mean, hell, they might accidentally compare it to a Ken Penders fictional story, which of course we all know how that went down with him when he was refusing to follow Archie Comics' storyline with their bullshit. So let's check the time. Okay. I've got. Tell you what. Tell you what. I'm gonna stay for another 10 more minutes, and we'll end stream there. So if anyone wants to bring up a topic now, please send your donation right now, and hopefully we'll get talking to it as soon as we can. Let's take a look. Anything else featured in mainstream and something like that? What you mean by wait, is that related to your question? Not question, sorry. The comment there that you mentioned there. All right, fair enough. I'm gonna finish off this drink. Why not? Oh, that's some good shit. F-Zero. Okay, so if anyone hasn't checked one of the later episodes of Say Dexter's podcast, I was actually on one of them where we were like talking about different IPs and shit, and of course later on in the video we got talking about talking about F-Zero. So and recently, somewhat recently, I guess you could say, is that over the last month or two, F-Zero has been coming back in the news time and time again. And the reason why is because a certain leaker who's now on a fucking winning streak because he has not once made one mistake about any of these IPs that were leaked. Because this said leaker actually confirmed the release date of Bayonetta 3. He confirmed Metroid Prime 1 was going to get a remaster, and of course obviously we saw the announcement of that a few weeks back. And now, of course, he's mentioned that F-Zero is coming in 2023. But the thing is, though, we don't know what F-Zero it is. It could be a remake of GX with online multiplayer, which I hope it's got online multiplayer, or it could be a brand new F-Zero game in general. We don't know. And it's kind of like got me thinking. Okay. If this leaker is has a winning streak and he hasn't made one mistake throughout any of these Nintendo leaks ever in his life, if that's more enough to convince me that a new F-Zero game is coming, then holy shit, I would lose my fucking mind. But of course, obviously, since he said it'll be arriving around 2023. That basically tells me that it's probably going to happen somewhere down the line. I would say October, November, or possibly around like before Christmas. I'm very excited to watch the Sonic movie after watching the cartoons. Because surprisingly, Sonic Prime was actually pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie, it was actually a really fucking good show. It's way better than the Sonic Boom show. Let's just be honest about that shit. But back to the topic of F-Zero though. The what's interesting though is that those F-Zero rumors don't stop there. There's two other ones. One of them was actually a certain acronym coding that was discovered within a certain Nintendo Switch game file. And those acronym coding actually translates to YGBP, and that stands for "you got boost power." An instant reference right there to the F-Zero series, because the reason why you got boost power is a reference to F-Zero is that every time you go past the second lap, the announcer literally says you got boost power, and of course you just use your boost throughout the entire track until you lose health and your vehicle blows up. That's precisely where the reference comes from. The second rumor is the whole scenario of the whole GameCube library, where of course obviously we see Metroid Prime 1 get a remaster. Now it's kind of got me thinking, okay, if we're not gonna get a the entire GameCube expansion library, like the N64 or the Game Boy library in general, then it sounds like to me that the GameCube games like F-Zero GX might be getting a remaster. And all I can pray for is that they hope to God they add online multiplayer, 30 racers online. Please make that happen, Nintendo, because that if you do that, like, you've got your customer back. Because again, I'm one of those F-Zero fans that refused to play any fucking game that didn't have F-Zero. I've been waiting for F-Zero since the fucking Nintendo Wii, and we never got one of that at all. And hell, there was even supposed to be an F-Zero game that was supposed to come out on the Wii U, but that was immediately turned down because Burnout developers Criterion Games just said no to the idea, which really kind of pissed me off. But now we're hearing this rumor from this very legit leaker that we could be seeing a new F-Zero game, or if not a remake of GX in the foreseeable future. So Fingers crossed he is not bullshitting on that. That's all I can pray for. That's all I can fucking pray for right now. As soon as they make that announcement, I'm gonna purchase myself a Switch. That is a die-hard promise. You can guarantee I guarantee that 110%. The announcer of F-Zero sounds like Trey Parker does a parody of Rad Kid's efforts. He kind of does, yeah. Even though I did actually speak to the F-Zero X announcer, not the GX one. The GX one is the same guy who was the announcer for Fast RMX and Fast Racing Neo, which nice little homage reference there to that particular voice actor. But yeah, I spoke to the F-Zero X voice actor on Skype one time, and holy shit, he was actually quite an awesome dude to hang out with. He really fucking was. You know what else I wish? Oh yes, the two Spider-Man games from Neversoft. Like, as much as I want to see that happen, I don't think it will, because one, Neversoft basically closed their company because they were done making games, and obviously two, licensing certain Spider-Man games out to different companies. It's gonna be a pain in the arse. Hell, I wouldn't mind a HD re-release of Maximum Carnage. The both Sega Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo versions, as like a little mini bundle pack for Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. Like, I'll be down for that shit. I'll be totally down for that shit. But let's see what the time is. All right, guys. All right, so. All right, guys. I'm gonna end the stream here, and it's been great talking to you guys, and I hope all of you had fun. Hope all of you had a really good time. Definitely saving the the time for me of trying to talk about different topics. It's been absolutely fun. It's been great having everyone here, especially Save Dex Gaming, which gonna give one final mention. Please go and subscribe to him. He definitely needs those numbers boosting up. It's and if he's doing another stream either tomorrow or Monday, make sure you do catch up on that. Obviously, it's a lot of fun. Watching him and his wife play games together, and do check out Save Dex Gaming's podcast episodes. Like they're definitely worth watching. Please go and look into them, especially the 2 episodes that I was involved in within his show. So, all right, guys. It's been great talking to you, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time, either in the next live stream or in the next recorded video. Okay, guys, peace out.